Hello everyone, this is Artanis, and today is episode 1 of Let's Talk Tuesdays. This will be the premiere episode. I posted a primer on Sunday, I think. I didn't really time that well, but it went up, so if you saw that and left a comment in the description asking a question that you want me to talk about or a topic, thank you. Before we get started, just some quick things. What you're seeing in the background is Warframe. It's just going to be some various timestamps of a survival mission. If you want to see more of that, let me know. But let's get started here. This is only going to be pseudo-scripted for this one. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to format these yet, if I'm going to do full scripting for them in the future, or if I'm going to do them sort of on the fly. This one's kind of like a little bit half and half. But anyway, I only have 2 questions for today. The first one is, what brand of shirts do I wear? That varies a lot. I actually primarily just wear polyester shirts because they're more comfortable and they're like soft and silky and whatnot. So I don't know. Most of the brands that end up making those are more sports type brands. So I wear polos and t-shirts from Adidas, Under Armour, Champion. Well, what am I wearing right now? I don't know. But just those kind of shirts. Polyester shirts in general are what I tend to wear as far as shirts go. So the second question is definitely more of a... I had to sit and think about this for a while, and this one's pseudo-scripted, so hopefully there will be a little bit of a difference. The second question comes from Lord Praiser69, and it goes something like this. Hey Artanis, what is your stance on monetizing the modding community? With Steam's somewhat recent actions involving Skyrim mods and cases like the author of the Falskar mod being hired on at Bungie, do you think it promotes creativity, or do you think monetizing a mod makes it less a labor of love? So, my stance on monetizing the modding community as a whole is, it's mixed. I can see why people would want to get mods monetized, and those reasons would be, for those of you who don't know, most of my previous content is all modded Minecraft, and I'm very big into modded Minecraft, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm very big into modding games in general. Like, my Space Engineers probably has something like 150 mods in it. I mod most games that I play, aside from a few which I keep vanilla for reasons, but I can see why mod developers might want to see their mod be monetized. It gives them some incentive to keep working on it, perhaps, and it definitely it gives them something back other than just community feedback and whatever ad revenue they get, which, to be totally honest, AdFly I think gives a couple of cents, 5 cents maybe, per ad that they run, and a lot of people use AdBlock nowadays, so they don't even get that a lot of the time, aside from publicity if YouTubers use their content. But even then, ad revenue isn't that big, and I've seen a lot of Minecraft mod authors and other game authors start up things like Patreons, where they have rewards for their patrons, like beta access to the mods and other things like that, which is cool. So I can see why some mod authors might want to see it get monetized. Now, the flip side of the coin is that, and we saw this epic backpedal by Steam, seriously, what was it, 2 days after they announced that Skyrim mods would be monetized, they backpedaled and just noped right the hell out of that. And it was because they got some serious backlash, really, really serious backlash. So it's, one, your audience. A lot of people who mod, I myself am a college student. I don't really just kind of have money laying around to throw at mods per se, and I could see why. How do I put this? Part of my stance on this is that monetizing a mod is almost like saying this is DLC, but this DLC might suddenly not be maintained because it's not an official add-on to the game, I guess is my stance. I think that monetization of mods is definitely cool, and I think that it's awesome that people are getting something back for the work that they're doing, but at the same time, it's like paying for an unsupported DLC. Because you never know, like, at least, and especially with games like Minecraft, an update will completely destroy a mod. And if for whatever reason Mojang, now owned by Microsoft, were to monetize some mods and then not require the mod authors or have some sort of contractual obligation with the mod authors to keep this up to date per big Minecraft patch, you would pay for it, and then the next patch they might go, oh, well, I'm not going to update to, say, Minecraft 1.8 or Minecraft 1.9, and then you're just out whatever you paid for the mod. But again, it's this battle between the two sides. On the plus side of monetizing is that you're giving the mod author an incentive to keep updating, because then they keep getting paid. Or I don't know the semantics behind how monetizing mods would work. Would it be a one-time thing? Would it be like a subscription-based thing? How would support for the mod authors work? How would support for the player work? And it would definitely be interesting to see how someone were to go about that in theory. I honestly don't think that it will ever get implemented full-fledged. You might see some mods get monetized or become pay-for mods, like, but the issue there is also player base. And especially with like Skyrim, Minecraft, let me see, what games do I have in my Steam library that I can just point out that I know get modded? I know XCOM gets modded. I know that most of the guys are from the Long War mod studios, and they do their mods. Ark has lots of mods out. Skyrim has lots of mods out for it. Hell, even Dark Souls has some mods for it. But they're all things where, in order to monetize it, you almost need to make it a supported DLC for it to feel, at least in my opinion, ethically right to charge a player for something. Because if it's then supported and they pay for it, they're not just going to lose out on it and update later or something. But I don't know, with something like Skyrim, it's a developed game. It's not getting patched actively anymore. And so paying for something and then having it forever might not necessarily be a horrible thing in concept, but change is this wicked beast, at least with humanity as a whole. And we kind of hate it, and we've had free mods pretty much forever. Like, I've been playing modded Minecraft for, and this makes me feel really old, like half a decade now. Maybe even a little longer. I've been playing it since beta, whenever Industrial Craft came out, so like 7 years. 6 years? I don't know, it's been forever. But, yeah, and as far as in cases like where the author of the Valsker mod was hired on a Bungie, I think he was hired because he proved himself to be a very creative and capable individual, and one who was outgoing, and game companies definitely look for that. But in that same regard, it's one of those like offshoot cases, and you can't just go out and make a really awesome mod and expect to get hired by some company, or expect to get a job offer, or some sort of something back from it, so to speak, other than like thank yous from the community. And even then, we saw several months ago Algorithm X2 actually stopped maintaining, at least full by himself, maintaining Applied Energistics, just because of all the hate that he was getting for Applied Energistics 2 changes, which I personally thought were pretty awesome, with the whole channel system and all of that, for those of you who don't know. But it's one of those fringe cases with him getting hired on a Bungie where you can't expect that to happen a lot. It kind of follows, like, I don't know if a lot of you remember, but when Forgecraft first was a thing and you saw a bunch of mod authors getting invited to the server, you started seeing a lot of just new random mods coming out, and I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say it was because a lot of people want to get on and play with those people. I mean, who wouldn't want to play with Direwolf and Bahamar and Soren and Rorax, CPW, King Lemming? All of those are really cool, very intelligent people who are very good at modding the game. But realize, unless the mods that were getting developed became something more and something different, those mod authors never got added to Forgecraft, and Forgecraft isn't even, it's like a come test your mod here and maybe have it publicized a little bit. It's not a monetary reward like perhaps getting hired on at Bungie is. It's not the same level, but I think my point goes through all the same. And on, do I think monetizing a mod makes it less a labor of love? To a point, yes, I do, because as soon as you start getting money for something and you get accustomed to having that income, then it becomes a job, because, I mean, to a point anyway, and it's going to be an individual basis. If you're if it comes down to you being forced to keep updating that mod, and you can't just you're not just doing it because you want to, but partially because you have to, or you're contractually obliged to, like I said earlier, with maybe Steam would have to do that to keep the mod supported so the player wasn't out if an update happened. I don't know, it could, and it would depend on the individual, because some people would just be like, okay, this is awesome, now I'm getting paid for it, why not throw myself at it that much more? But other people would be like, this is kind of a chore now, I have to do this because I'm accustomed to this extra income, yada yada, and so on. But yeah, I think it could be a good thing, it could also be a bad thing. And as far as, again, on the flip side of the coin, mod creators and mod publishers, at least with monetizing, would be different. Like, Steam would therefore be the air quotes publisher of the mod, and for hosting the publishing service, they might take a chunk of that monetization out and say this is our air quotes administration fees or whatever, which could again make it more of a chore for the mod creators to deal with. But that's kind of my stance summed up. Again, it's very mixed, but it's kind of a game by game thing, and it's a person by person thing, and I don't know, it's neat in concept, but I don't know that people are ready to implement it yet. I don't think that people are, how do I put this not like a dick, responsible or ready to have monetized content that isn't a DLC, that isn't produced by the game developers themselves and maintained. So yeah, I don't think we're ready yet as a community. Like, and when I say a community, I mean gamers in general. I just don't think people are ready for that yet. And I don't know that we'll necessarily ever be ready, just because it's a very touchy subject, and most mods are made as a labor of love, because someone's like, hey, that's a cool thing, but let me change that a little bit because I want it this way, and then other people are like, oh, that's really cool, I want to use it that way, and it breathes life back into the game. And I think it's cool as an afterthought, not necessarily as like a monetized DLC, but this is all my opinion, right? Anyway, I think that's going to wrap us up for today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and please leave questions and topics for next Tuesday in the comment section, and we'll get around to them. But please do leave comments in the comment section with more topics and suggestions. The more comments and questions that I get, the more fleshed out I can make these videos, and that would be awesome. Like, this is supposed to be like a mini podcast / vloggy Q&A thing. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Look for the video on Thursday. That one should be interesting. I'm not sure what we're going to do because I still don't know how I'm going to format it or what Thursdays are going to be for that matter. But as I said, thank you for watching very much. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time.